we come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twisted my ankle and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. You know, this is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play, I want to win. I want to make an impact.
Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Because you know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight.
Coward.
Kevin Durant just stepped into a zone nobody expected on LeBron's own podcast. He didn't just slip in a little shade. He threw a quiet shot straight at MichaelJordan while LeBron sat there chuckling like everything was sweet. They really thought nobody would check them for it. But they were wrong, because Jordan didn't need to clap back with loud words. The facts did all the talking. And once those facts drop, you'll start questioning everything you thought you knew about today's NBA stars. The Mind the Game podcast was supposed to be real hoop talk from real hoopers. That's how they pushed it to everyone. But here's what it slowly turned into. 2 dudes sipping wine, chatting slick about NBA legends, poking at the greatest to ever do it. And if you watch close, there's always some hidden agenda creeping around, always a quiet target.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
You know, there's no turning on here, turning off here. It's just 110% at all times. So, you know, if I burn out, I burn out.
Pierce had it poked away, stolen by Jordan. Lojas down on the floor. It's loose to Humphries. 4 to shoot. Humphries 3.
And most of the time, that target is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. In one episode, a fan asked about the triangle offense. LeBron and KD brushed it off like it was some dusty old playbook nobody uses anymore, saying it wouldn't even work in today's league. Then they slid into the whole ring culture talk, calling championships overrated, complaining that everyone talks about rings too much. LeBron even said he doesn't get why rings matter so much in basketball. Think about that for a second. The guy who spent his whole career being compared to Jordan is suddenly acting like rings ain't the main thing anymore. But that wasn't even the wildest part. Durant started talking about career longevity like he was dropping deep wisdom, explaining how tough the grind gets after 10 or 12 years in the league. And then he dropped that line. KD said, some people say, I want to go play baseball. Yeah, and then I want to come back. Then he smirked and added, some people say, I'm gonna go 22 straight.
You like the idea. Jordan coming up with the steal.
Oh, look at that. The 40-year-old dives to the hardwood.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy.
Yeah, it's all about winning championships and winning.
LeBron started laughing. The camera caught it clear. He knew exactly what Durant was doing, comparing Jordan, who stepped away to play baseball, with LeBron, who stayed in the league for over 20 straight seasons. And in that moment, they weren't just talking. They were sending a message loud and clear. They were basically saying Jordan quit and trying to act like lasting longer matters more than being truly great. Before we go deeper, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video, because this story gets even wilder. Here's the real issue with Durant's cute little line. It ignores everything that actually happened in 1993, and that part changes the whole story. Jordan didn't just wake up and say, I'm bored, let me try baseball. His father was murdered that summer during a robbery, taken from him in the most heartbreaking way imaginable.
All right, Laker Nerd asks, why is the triangle offense less utilized in today's game?
To try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging, just because how the game is played and also how defense is covering.
10 to shoot. Jake going right to the rack. No defensive communication.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything. Like,
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Clever on here and he talked about load management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is. Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of load management. It's hurting the game.
James Jordan, the man who pushed Michael, supported him, and believed in him, was gone. And at the absolute peak of his career, Jordan stepped away from basketball to honor his father's memory and chase the dream they talked about, playing professional baseball. So when Durant casually says, some people play baseball with that smirk, he's not just being clueless, he's being disrespectful. He's turning one of the deepest moments of Jordan's life into a joke, and LeBron, sitting there laughing, basically co-signed it. Let's talk about the moment Jordan actually retired. Was it after a weak playoff run? After getting embarrassed on the big stage? Not even close.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you thought about at all since you made the goal?
Man, that's a goal, but we'll see.
The next day,
I'm available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
You know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me and I want to shut him up. So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
Jordan retired after winning his third straight championship. He reached the very top of the basketball world. He did something Magic Johnson never did, something Larry Bird never did, something Isaiah Thomas never did, a full three-peat. And he still did it while carrying the pain of losing his father. Basketball experts, former players, and fans all say the same thing. Jordan's run from 1991 to 1993 was the coldest stretch of basketball anyone's ever seen. Some even call it the best player at his best, and they mean it with their whole chest. So calling that quitting isn't just wrong, it's straight up disrespectful. Now here's where things get real spicy. Who's even making these comments? Kevin Durant, a player people still joke about for some of his career moves. In 2016, right after losing to the Warriors in the playoffs, Durant joined the same squad that knocked him out. He linked up with a 73-win team already stacked with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. To this day, folks still say that was one of the softest decisions in league history.
Artis Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy because that's what basketball is all about.
Bird takes it away from Wilkins, goes to the floor and gets it up ahead.
Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Because you know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight.
This rest stuff just drives me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine, that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically? No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
If anyone wants to talk about quitting, that move fits the definition. And it didn't even end there. After Golden State, Durant dipped out on Brooklyn when the pressure got messy, demanded a trade, and bounced. Then he got to Phoenix and didn't even make it 3 full years before wanting out again. And this is the guy trying to paint MichaelJordan as some kind of quitter. Then there's LeBron. When things started heating up in Cleveland the first time, he took his talents to South Beach. When Miami began sliding in 2014, he bounced right back to Cleveland. And when that situation broke down, he packed up for Los Angeles. Every time the pressure hit, he found a new lane to run to. So watching these two sit on a podcast clowning Jordan for stepping away after a three-peat fresh off losing his father, That takes a wild level of nerve. And the disrespect didn't stop at the baseball joke. Durant kept going, talking about how the real goal for players shouldn't be championships or MVPs, but just lasting 20 years in the league. Not pushing for greatness every season, not chasing the top spot, just hanging around. And LeBron sat there, nodding along like KD was dropping some deep truth. This is the part where Jordan's whole mindset tears their argument apart without him even saying a single word. His philosophy alone checks everything Durant and LeBron were trying to push. Michael Jordan never chased longevity. He chased perfection every season. His mission was simple and ruthless. Push himself to the limit. Push his team to the top. Win titles, win MVPs, dominate on both ends, and leave the floor with nothing left in the tank. And if that meant a shorter career, so be it. Jordan once said, "If I burn out, I burn out. Then I'll go play golf somewhere." That's real competitor energy. Now compare that mentality to what Durant said on that podcast, talking about playing 20 years like that's the main goal. Not greatness, not legacy, just lasting long enough to stick around and collect checks. Jordan played 15 seasons total, really just 13 full ones. And in that time, he walked away with 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 league MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and 9 all-defensive selections. That's not impressive. That's almost perfection. Now look at LeBron and Durant together. They've played 39 seasons combined, nearly triple the length of Jordan's true peak. And what do they have to show for it? 6 championships total, 5 regular season MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 5 scoring titles, and only 5 all-defensive selections. Almost 40 years of basketball between them. And they still didn't match what Jordan did in basically a decade. Think about that. Double the time, half the results. And Jordan didn't just talk about effort, he lived that life. When he came into the league in 1984, he played all 82 games as a rookie, every single one. That same season, only 40 players in the entire NBA played a full schedule. Jordan averaged 38.3 minutes per game, 4th in the league, and his total minutes ranked 3rd behind Buck Williams and Larry Bird. From day one, Jordan was built like an Iron Man, and he did all this in a tougher, more physical era where travel was brutal and teams flew commercial, not private. It was a different world, and Jordan still showed up every night like a machine. Back then, teams had one trainer, one strength coach, and that was it. Practices were tougher, longer, and back-to-backs were nonstop. But players still suited up every night. In the 1999 to 2000 season alone, 58 players played all 82 games. 58. Let that sink in for a second. Now compare that to today. In 2022, the NBA had the fewest full season players ever. Then 2023 broke that record. Then 2024 broke that one. Then 2025 broke both. The worst years for player availability are happening right now. In an era where players have every single luxury possible. Private jets, giant medical staffs, sports science crews, customized nutrition plans, and training facilities that look like futuristic labs. And yet they're playing fewer games than ever. Why? Because the mindset is different now. Jordan explained this perfectly without ever saying LeBron or Durant's name. He talked about load management, about resting when you're not injured, about choosing comfort over competition. He said, "I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove myself. The fans are there watching. I want to impress that guy way up in the top deck who probably worked his butt off just to afford a ticket." Jordan respected the game. He respected the fans. He understood that being an NBA player is a blessing, not some burden. When someone's making $95 million and sitting out games just because they're tired, that feels like a slap in the face to the people who paid to see them. And here's the part nobody likes hearing. LeBron has played a full 82-game season only once in his entire career. Once in over 20 years. That's how many full seasons LeBron has played. Meanwhile, guys like Bird, Kobe, Duncan, even Allen Iverson did it multiple times. But the so-called face of the NBA, the dude chasing Jordan's throne, only pulled it off once. And here's the issue. When LeBron rests, when he load manages, it sends a message to the whole league. If the top guy can sit out, then why shouldn't everybody else? It spreads fast. Role players start resting, bench guys start resting, and suddenly the whole league moves like regular season games don't matter unless it's playoff time. And now we've reached a point where players are even sitting out playoff games, which would have been unthinkable back in the day. Jordan's era wasn't like that because Jordan set a different standard. When Michael Jordan was the face of the league, players showed up ready to compete. They played through pain, through fatigue, through everything. Jordan himself missed 64 games in one season because of a broken foot. Management wanted him shut down for the whole year. They didn't want to risk their franchise star. But Jordan refused. He came back on a strict minutes limit. But when the game was on the line with 30 seconds left, he demanded to be on the floor. The crowd exploded and Jordan got his way. He played. That's leadership. That's what the face of a league is supposed to look like. There's a story that explains Jordan's mentality better than anything else. Artist Gilmore, a former Bulls player, told rookie Michael Jordan, "If you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor." In other words, stop diving for loose balls. Stop playing so hard. Save your body. Jordan's reaction was simple. What? He's crazy. Because to Jordan, that's what basketball's all about. Jordan and Larry Bird both played under 15 full seasons because they emptied the tank every single night. They threw themselves on the floor for loose balls, locked up on defense, and did whatever it took to win that game, that week, that season. They weren't pacing themselves for year 20. They were locked in on right now. Meanwhile, Durant and LeBron been chasing their own individual shine for years. Stats, scoring totals, all-time lists. LeBron literally said that if someone truly cared about stats, they wouldn't retire early. But hold on, that wasn't LeBron talking, that was Jordan. Jordan said if he cared about scoring records, he would have kept going, chasing Wilt and Kareem forever. But he didn't care about that noise. He cared about rings, about winning, about finishing seasons on top. And here's another layer people barely mention. In this new podcast era, taking shots at legends became normal, even encouraged. You got Jeff Teague, Tracy McGrady, Dwayne Wade, Gilbert Arenas, and now Durant and LeBron all throwing jabs at Jordan and Kobe. It's like open season on the guys standing at the top of the mountain. Everybody's looking up, and tearing them down became the quickest shortcut to get attention. But here's the twist. Jordan doesn't need to clap back. His legacy handles that for him. His 6 rings talk loud. His perfect finals record talks even louder. His highlight reel speaks for itself. And most importantly, his mentality. That is what shuts every argument down. The mentality that built the NBA into what it is today still speaks louder than anything these modern players say. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. They earned every bit of what came their way. When big corporations showed up offering money, sponsors, and endorsements, those legends already had the game to back it up. They proved themselves first, then the hype followed. Today it's flipped. Players get max deals, signature shoes, and brand partnerships before they even play a single NBA minute. They're paid for potential, not performance, and that creates a lazy mindset. When everything is handed to you early, you don't grind the same, you don't appreciate the platform the same way. Jordan's rookie contract was tiny compared to what rookies pull in now. He had to earn every dollar, every ad deal, every ounce of respect. That hunger, that edge, that's what made him great. And that's exactly what so many modern players are missing. So when Durant says the goal is playing 20 years, he's revealing a huge difference between his generation and Jordan's. Jordan wasn't trying to hang around forever. He wanted to dominate, to be the best, to leave a legacy no one could reach. And he did all that in just 13 full seasons. Durant and LeBron together have nearly 40 years in the league. And they're still chasing Jordan's ghost. Here's the wildest part. NBC recently brought Michael Jordan back into the NBA spotlight. Why? Because even now, more than 20 years after retiring, Jordan still holds more influence than LeBron James and even Adam Silver. When Jordan talks, people stop and listen. If Jordan says players should compete, show up every night, and respect the fans, that message hits differently. It shifts the culture instantly. Jordan's real response to Durant and LeBron isn't a tweet, a podcast rant, or some loud clapback. It's the fact that he's still the most powerful name in basketball today. His relevance is the response. His influence is the response. The NBA doesn't call LeBron when they need to fix the culture. They call Michael Jordan. That tells you everything. Durant and LeBron can laugh on their podcast all they want. They can shrug off rings, brush off the triangle offense, and act like Jordan's era doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, they're still judged by the standard he set. Every debate circles back to him. Every all-time list still has his name on top. And deep down, everybody knows it. Longevity won't change that because Jordan never chased years. He chased greatness. And greatness doesn't need 20 seasons to make a statement. Sometimes it only needs one moment, one run, 1 year to show the whole world what the best really looks like. Jordan had 13 seasons like that. 13. Durant and LeBron combined still haven't matched what he did in that span. So yes, Jordan responded to Durant and LeBron. He just didn't need to say their names. His legacy does the talking. His mentality does the talking. His entire approach to the game is the response. And it's louder than anything they could ever say sitting on that podcast. If you think today's NBA has drifted away from what made it great, smash that like button. If you believe players need to start respecting the game and the fans again, drop a comment. And if you want more breakdowns exposing what's really happening in basketball, make sure you subscribe and share. This conversation is nowhere near done.